comes out to winning a violent three-way collision in turns 1 and 2. Ouch.
So yellow flag comes out. We're going to jump down into the pit area to talk to Gary Henko.
Well, actually, Matt, still in the grandstand, we're going to talk to some of our fans here who are just walking around on the midway.
Neighbor in the second row with the number 1. Keep an eye on that car. That was very, very fast to go in with a little bit earlier this evening.
MBB doesn't give up his speed early. Watch her earn. Try to move to the outside. So Peck in double zero, bringing out a double 10 first. Ernie and Teddy are pretty good friends. Remember, they hooked up for one of the more memorable moments here at Waterford Speedbowl with the Pepsi 300. When it looked like Henry was going to get his first win of the year, he missed the shift, opening the door for Ted Christopher. And now we're going to open the door for Legend Racing. Went from third to first and less than a lap. The driver, car number 99, Michael B. Jr. And Michael, from third to first in less than a lap, how were you able to pull it off?
The two guys they got together and I just took advantage of it. I'm underneath them and took off. I got something's the matter with the car because when I go to slow down, I think one of the calipers up on the top. And it's pushing pretty bad. Went nice, good.
And who was behind your victory today?
M&J Boss, Tom's Lawn Care, and A&A Auto Parts in Old Sabre, Connecticut.
So the car might have been pushing, but he pushed it all the way to victory lane. Mike Beebe Jr. Now let's head back upstairs to get us started for our next feature. To put the key in the ignition is Mark Fish.
Well, before we do that, let's check with Gary Danko with some reports from
Bennett Builders Painting, Valley Auto Machine, providing the sponsorship. And rounding out our field will be car number 61 from Jewett City, the State Line Camp Resort, Magnet & Sons, Showroom Auto Body, and ACP Electrical Contractors. Mine is also sponsoring David Marquis, and we are ready for Green Flag Racing.
Chad Crowley at the front of the field, along with Alan Coates, who is setting the pace for this race. Early in this one, Alan Coates in that bright-colored green automobile looking the outside view against Crowley. Larry Ross, who had a heat win a little bit earlier tonight at number 6 holds out to the third spot. And ducks underneath Trombley as he was battling Alan Coates pushing to the outside and opened the door for Ross.
Boy, Larry went like shaken soda out of a can, just spurted in a second underneath Chad Trombley. But the man he's trying to chase is one of the toughest at the speedbowl. He's Alan Coates. And then number 5 is trying to catch up to Chad Trombley, who's able to down to number 3 position.
Yeah, Carl Erickson also having a nice run out there. Into number 5, that's a car out of Deep River, Connecticut. He's holding on to the 4th spot. Jack had the lead we talked about. Fifth spot on the speedway.
Phil Rondo trying to pick up the pace. He's on the outside of Bernie Bertram. The car goes 0. So that battle, the first side-by-side action on the track. Bertram refusing the budget eyelash.
So some terrific racing all the way through the field. You see Mark St. Hilaire along with Jay Stewart and Phil Rondo. They were 3 wide there for a moment. Corey Hutchins now side-by-side with St. Hilaire. Out there, the nice battle.
So the 31 of Rondo got shuffled all the way back to no man's land in about 12th place. So an unlucky turn of events for him. And now the right Coates being chased by lightning Larry Ross. That battle still intensifies. Larry didn't get much practice cut this evening, but he's making up for it during the feature.
Larry Ross, very tough driver out there. He's working back on what Coates is on with. Chad Trombley, Carl Erickson, so really looking at now to make his presence on the outside.
And it's Corey Hutchins, who is in 7th. Now he maneuvers to the outside. St. Hilaire coming underneath the 36 of Hutchins. The low score cars getting a shotgun circle. The 0-0 of Ernie Bertrand right now in the parade.
Well, that's where the battles are, right there in the middle of the field. Single file formation at the front of the field. We have some great side-by-side racing with some veteran drivers out there. Corey Hutchins with the outside the 36. And now a side-by-side battle at the front of the field. Alan Coates and Larry Goss.
Larry Goss found some operating room down low. Here comes Larry Goss. But Coates will not give up the lead. Coates down on the outside room has plenty of momentum.
So Larry Goss looking the inside against Alan Coates. Another driver, former champion in the Bob Run Yamaha late models. This time it looks like it's too close to the car. We're going to have to rely on electronic scoring to figure that one out. Chad Trombley, we do know, is holding on to the 3rd spot. Looking right out there in that automobile. Watching quite a show in front of him between Larry Goss and Alan Coates.
Larry was any closer. He was sitting in Alan Coates' lap. And now he finally moves into the lead. So the perseverance pays off for Larry Goss, leading now by a car length of Alan Coates. Chad Trombley challenging Coates on the bottom.
As is Carl Erickson, having a terrific race out there. Looks like Corey Hutchins is broken away from the rest of the
Tremblay. He just used his force to nudge his way underneath Tremblay. And now Erickson going to work on Tremblay.
Just up by the field goal, the halfway side. So this one is a barn burner to make it. Carl Erickson breaking away. He'll move into the second spot behind the streaking Larry Goff. Allen Coach trying to catch back up as Corey Hutchins is now moved in as we have the engine go on Chris Vicky's car. A lot of smoke there, so the yellow flag comes out for a yellow car as that car limps towards the pit area. Third turn gate is open.
Remember last year, Chris drove in the Super X. This year he moved all the way up to late bottom, and he said the move was like going from a Learjet to an F-16 fighter pilot. Well, right now it looked like a crop duster as it smoked its way into turn 2, and we go to Gary, who has a report.
Well, I'm actually in the Legend pit area catching up on some last-minute interviews, and I've caught up with Richard Dowdy, who finished 4th tonight with car number.
Right now, it looks like the Bob Valenti Automall pace car will head towards the scale areas. We're ready to get this feature underway. 15 laps left to go in a Bob Valenti Automall late model feature event of the evening. On the point, Larry Goss gets a nice start in the number 6. Chad Bravo gets chasing over Carl Erickson and Corey Hutchins. Here they are coming down the back straightaway. Larry Goss shows the power of the number 6. Tries to pull away from the rest of the field, but Chad Tremblay is having none of it. He's getting the outside groove and staying right in.
A lot of drivers have had trouble maintaining their speed on the outside, and now Chad Tremblay is going to surrender second place to Carl Erickson. So Erickson is a new face in second place. Also in the hunt is Alan Coates, but Larry Goss picking up where he left off.
Boy, Hutchinson back there. Shake down just a little bit. Put that National automobile towards the front of the pack. Once again, that's number 36. Keep an eye out here.
Tremblay is going to lose another position as Hutchins wrestles 4th away from the 12. St. Hilaire moving up the ladder into 5th place. But right now, the brightest blip on the radar screen continues to be Larry Goss.
Side-by-side battle back in the back.
Final 10 laps, double file battle between Jay Stewart, yellow out, car stranded in the fence. Also involved is Dwayne Knoll, car number 2, and car number 20, Wade Burrows. So those cars have had difficulty tonight. All Dwayne wanted to do tonight was have a smooth 30 laps and finish the race, but he ran into a bump in the road right there.
I'll give it 20. Tough competitor. Out of Trumbull, Connecticut. See the back. He's going to head to the
Inside, guys.
And the outside has been a tough way to go, Mark, but we'll see what happens now with 10 laps to go.
We'll see how good that car actually is as he's coming back to the restart, but whether the masters of the restart are in Goss. Goss on the gas. Erickson standing right with him, so he's on the outside groove out there trying to make it work. Second row made up of Alan Coates, but Alan Coates jumping up into the seconds or third spot, however you look at it. He was up there with challenge right over Larry Goss.
Corey Hutchins getting pinched on the outside, nowhere to go, and he gives up 4th place to Mark St. Hilaire. Here comes St. Hilaire, buzzsawing his way out the bottom to take 3rd away from Carl Erickson.
We thought this would be a competitive division. They're showing their stuff right here. As you see Jay Stewart coming up with the race, number 45. This one is going to be a barn burner. Only 8 laps left to go in this one as Larry Goss trying to hold on to the lead, but here comes Alan Coates.
And a good one to beat the car skip to the outside as Alan Coates tucks it right in behind the 6. Trouble with Tremblay, spinning in turn 2, bringing out the yellow with 7 to go.
So Tremblay is great night coming to an end at this moment. Let's see the car fired back up and gain those valuable points. Great competitor is the number 12.
You know, this race, the outside groove doesn't seem the way to go now, but if you remember an interview, that groove, however, it can't change, as Mark pointed out earlier, so maybe what was slippery a few laps ago could be to Alan Coates' liking is Mark. We get ready to break the seal on an exciting 7-lap finish.
Well, Larry Goss once again on the restart. You can see the power of Ford Hutchings automobile as he blasted out of that spot and came right up behind Alan Coates. And he has the power as once again the yellow flag comes out. They might not have liked that restart. Back crossed over once again, get into position.
So the pace car is back out on the track, and we go back to the paddock. AP, a Toyota GTS black car, Connecticut registration, 929 PM12. Chrysler Sebring, a silver car with a license number, Connecticut 986 GBW. Oldsmobile Allegro Gold, Connecticut license 793 SRC. Please move from the VIP lot immediately.
And the big flag given down to Bloody Automall late models as we try to finish this feature event. Alan Coates moving to the outside, trying to make the outside groove move. And here he is battling Larry Goss. He may take over the lead once again. He'll do it this time.
And going to the far outside is Corey Hutchings, yellow out. Wayne Burrows, a spectator in turn 4. And that negates what is a dynamite move by Alan Coates, but if he had the lead on the last lap before the caution, it means he will get to start on the bottom. So a break for number 90, and nobody had a bottom groove or top groove all night until Alan Coates made it possible. We want to.
Green flag racing as the Bob Valenti Automall Chevrolet Monte Carlo heads into the pit area. Wayne Corey Jr. coming back out with a 17. He's going to have to do some driving to catch this field, who are just about ready to restart. Alan Coates once again with a terrific grip on the speedway. He's being pushed along by Corey Hutchings. Corey now trying to make his move to the front. Can he make it 2 in a row for the number 36 in the young 2004 season? He's got a couple great drivers to get through, however. Alan Coates and Larry Goss are the class of the field so far, as we have another altercation out there. Wayne Burrows, looks like Aquilina and Joe Perry involved in that one as the tires are flying on our wall. And once again, the yellow flag will come out.
Well, we went the first 15 laps without a yellow, but we've had a rash of yellow flags lately as Jack Aquilina heads into the pits, and that's where Gary Deco is hanging out. Waiting until he got right to that red line, then he took off and was able to reestablish himself in the lead. We'll see what unfolds this time. New chapter, new script, same 2 drivers at the front, Alan Coates and Larry Goss.
Look like Larry Goss on the outside. Might have been a little bit early. Let's see how that one shakes down. Alan Coates holds on to the lead. Corey Hutchings working that back bumper, the number 90. Is his 36 trying to get it to the lead. Larry, as we have yet again an altercation on the restart.
Durante, one of the cars involved, in 77.
Looks like Dwayne Knoll.
Yes, the 2 car pitched against the barrier on the backstretch. And we have another break in the action, and the waiting game will continue for Alan Coates.
Close, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. It's Alan Coates and Larry Goss at the front of the field. Here's the restart. They're going to set the table for a dramatic finish in our Bob Valenti Automall late model feature. Coming back to the restart line, both cars on the gas at the same time. Coates with the better of it. Inside groove. Look at them on the inside. You've got Coates. You've got Corey Hutchings. You've got Mark St. Hilaire on the outside looking in. That's Larry Goss trying to find the spot. Kenny Grip with the number 6 on the outside as yet another lap shaved off. Coates in the lead.
And Hutchings trying to chase him. 2 of the best. We've seen them duel many times. Ross losing some ground. He staggers backwards all the way to 5th place.
So now the battle at the front between Alan Coates and Corey Hutchings. Mark St. Hilaire in the 3rd spot out there, trying to find his way to the front. He's going to try to work the outside groove in the USS Chattanooga number 3. Next time by, 2 laps shown to the field by Billy Dunn. Here comes Alan Coates in the green, number 90. Corey Hutchings a little bit sideways out there in number 36. Still holds on to the second spot. Mark St. Hilaire waiting in to slip up just once as he tries to get the number 3 into that second spot to chase down Coates. This time by, 1 lap left to go. Hutchings moving to the outside, trying to take home his second win in his many starts here in the 2004 season. A drag race down the back straightaway. Coates with the advantage this time around. St. Clair trying to take home the second spot out there as Corey Hutchings on the outside looking in. He will indeed take the second spot behind Coates right in front of Mark St. Hilaire. Tremendous run from Carl Erickson out there in the number 5. It looks like Jay Stewart will indeed get his top 5. Matt Buck gets club drawing. Right now, the winner of our Bob Letty Autoball late model feature about to have a word with Matt Buckler. How about it, Matt?
And what a run for this driver. He said he had a great car during warm-ups. He proved it in competition. Alan Coates. Alan, it looked like there was no outside growth tonight, but when you needed it, you found something there. How were you able to pull it off?
Well, I guess I had to learn how to drive again because my motor's really tired and I thought it was going to blow up tonight. But I drove the wheels off of this thing and I need the money so I can get my new motor done.
And who are some of the people you have to thank for this great win?
Ledgelight Health District stopped the bite Lyme disease. That's why the car's painted lime green. B&W Paving, Hayes Custom Cycles, definitely Groton Oil. He's been with me for a long time. He's a real good guy. Green Knolls Landscaping, Valentino's Pizzeria, the Daggett family for selling me the car, all my fans and my crew.
And a great run. It's going to be like this all season long in the late model division. What a performance for Alan Coates. And now we're going to go right here to give away some very good prizes to the winners of our Easter egg competition.
Field 28. 400 horsepower ground pounding machines about to come to the start line. Our SK modified feature, 35 laps the distance. Here they are coming to the starting line. Jeff Pearl and the number 26 of Don Fowler battling it out. Fowler going around the outside of Pearl. Pearl trying to hold on to the second spot in the 71. A savvy driver in the 71. A lot of laps here at the Shoreline Oval.
Well, apparently there is an outside move in the last days. Fowler taking advantage of it. A driver on the climb, Doug Colby in the 2-car. Can't get by the 71 of Pearl. Now the 6 of Ron Uhas doing some damage on the outside road.
So Ron Uhas trying to find some grip on the outside and try to get by the number 2 of Doug Colby and the 71 of Jeff Pearl. Jeff Pearl down there battling it out with Ron Uhas. Everybody chasing down Fowler.
Double barrel battle behind Fowler consisting of Pearl and Uhas. Colby still trying to hang tough on the bottom road, but to the outside of him, Dennis Charette, driver, advancing into the number 4 spot.
That's a nice battle out there between Charette and Colby. Colby out there at the Extra Mark Convenience Store, Aspenwall Electric sponsored automobile. We mentioned before, he is a competitor on the Featherlight Modified Tour as the driver's already up against slower traffic in the form of Paul Barricchio.
And a traffic jam in turn 2. So we had 5 green flag laps before a big melee, a mess between turns 1 and 2. Liquid dumped onto the speedway. And let's see who got the worst of that one, Mark. Ricky Young, one of those cars. No, springing back to life.
Looks like Bergenti.
Getty definitely in the 84.
The Crystal Mall at the Simon Marketplace. A lot of opportunities to get your tickets so you won't have to stand in line. Talk about lining them up. We're lining them up and going back to green flag racing with Don Fowler jumping out into the lead. Right behind him, Jeff Pearl in the number 71, trying to work the outside groove in front of Doug Kobe. Coming up to fill the hole will be Ron Uhas Jr. in the number 6, trying to take that second spot away from Jeff Pearl. He's going to have to wait.
Doug Kobe on the outside in fourth position, trying to hang on, and he moves up to challenge Uhas for third. So Kobe seems to have it going on the outside groove, nudging ahead of Ron Uhas in an intense battle for third.
Jeff Pearl seems to be able to drive that 71 anywhere he wants on the track. We've seen him on the inside. We see him on the outside. Seems to have the grip. Does he have the horsepower to catch the number 26 of Don Fowler? Don Fowler trying to hold on again and continues to lead this SK Modified feature.
Pearl said he only used about 80% of his car 2 weeks ago. He's going to need 110% of it if he's going to flag down Don Fowler in car number 26. And about mid-pack, Ted Christopher now is nudged ahead of Jim Savali in the bottom for 9. So Ted Christopher, a man on the move, 1 notch behind Ed Reed Jr.
Also having a good run out here is Dennis Charette in the number 1. He is currently 4th in the field. You're looking at it from one direction. He's the driver on the Southington, Connecticut. A lot of talent behind the wheel of the number 1.
And there's a lot of talent behind Don Fowler, our leader. Double barreling duel between Jeff Pearl and Ron Uhas Jr. as they struck their way down the backstretch. Now Pearl, half a car ahead of the 6 machine.
Jeff Pearl wheel to wheel with Ron Uhas Jr. A great battle going on out there. How about Doug Kobe and Dennis Charette? Kobe working the outside groove, trying to follow Jeff Pearl around the track, and Don Fowler. Kobe, the great veteran driver out here, punches ahead of Uhas this time by.
Ronnie Silk going to work as the car spins in turn 2. Johnny Brower in trouble and he gets banged into by Druin. So Johnny Brower in trouble in turn 2, bringing out our second yellow, and he makes contact with the car that's stranded along with him in the infield. So Brower Power has been short-circuited momentarily in turn 2, and we are going to head to the paddock and see what's doing with Gary.
Well, right now, Donnie Fowler is out in front with car number 26, and I'm with his crew chief. What's Donnie been saying about the race car?
A little tight in and loose coming out of the turn. Had a tough time holding the lane.
Speedway. Mark, it looks like these cars are a little more comfortable on the outside groove than the late models were.
No question about it. Let's see how that translates to the restart. Jeff Pearl on the outside of row number 1 comes to the restart line. Looks like he got a little bit better start. And Don Fowler that time by. So 2 veterans at the front of the field know their way around the Waterford Speedbowl. And once again, we have some problems up on the high side of the track.
Pavone and Bergetti got tangled up. The reason for the yellow, Bergetti was able to get it fired back up, but Pavone was not as successful.
Almost looked like Berlin. Have to check on the number.
Oh, and now is trying to break the record of his own as we get ready for green flag action. This could be interesting, the restart between Fowler and Jeff Pearl.
And both cars accelerate off the line. Pearl comes by the strike first with the outside groove, trying to get around Don Fowler, slam the door and get him back into the inside groove. And it looks like he's using that other 20% we were talking about earlier. As he gets by Fowler, slams the door, he is all by himself out there in the front. Now Fowler has to contend with Ron Uhas Jr.
Kobe in 4th and trying to nudge his way on the bottom of the track. Dennis Charette catches up with Kobe as they sprint their way across the stripe.
Here they are, great race shaping up for second between Fowler and Ron Uhas. Looking back in the pack also, Teddy Christopher moving up on the inside of the speedway. And here comes Dennis Guida making his presence known as he goes by Ed Reed Jr. in the number 72.
Well, the next on Christopher's hit list is Ronnie Silk. He is not going to be very easy to pass in car number 88.
That's been a fast car, a very confident team out here. If they can keep the kid out of trouble, he could be a contender all year long.
Well, Christopher now has some bite on the bottom like he had poly grip for tires. Cannot sustain it, and Silk moves away again.
Nice battle shaping up behind Dennis Gata. Looking back in the field, and that's between two young guns in the division. James Savali got a feature win early in the season, and feature win last week, Chris Bastian.
Now trying to do some damage on the outside is a two of Kobe. 3 wide momentarily. Kobe heading for the wall. Might have had a flat tire on that car, or is he comes skidding to a stop in turn 3. And he is not moving, and Billy Dunn's arm moves to bring out the yellow with 16 laps to go.
Tough break for Doug Kobe in the number 2. There's brand new sponsorship on the side of that car from our friends at Mansfield Paper Company. The young folks that were part of our Easter egg hunt a little bit earlier know the folks on Wednesday. Right now, the SK Modifieds on the track. Jeff Pearl, and he gets a terrific jump out there. As Ron Uhas gets chased out in the number 6. As he tries to chase down the number 71 Foxhill Racing Special. As Jeff Pearl at the front of the field.
What would everyone do? Using it on those restarts. 2 damages as he installs himself into the lead. Now a battle for third. Car into the dirt. Don Fowler in trouble as he skids in the grass, comes back onto the track. And it could have been a lot worse than it actually was, as everybody seems to have been able to avoid it. When you go on the grass like that, you have no control. And Don Fowler was lucky, wasn't a serious accident. It appears with Ricky Young in the 0, smoke coming from that car.
Just a K-Dash involved once again. Bergenti also involved. Gets his car motivated once again. Once again, we have fluid on the track. And our track crew will go to work.
So, dangerous. We'll see how good the outside area of the track is after all the speedy dry has been deposited. Let's see what Uhas can do in his battle with Pearl. 14 laps to go. There should be 14 exciting laps.
Terrific restart on the line by Jeff Pearl once again as he misses 71 out on the point. Great battle between Charette and Uhas for second and third. Making his move up through the pack is James Savali in the 29.
Christopher has gotten by Ronnie Silk momentarily, and now Silk retaliates to take the number 4 position back. Christopher powers, muscles his way into the turn. What a battle between Christopher and Silk and Charette and Uhas.
Now, these two have seen each other a lot, Christopher and Silk. Of course, that Christopher, the great veteran, Ronnie Silk, the young gun. They're wheel to wheel as they battle it out for fourth. They get sideways out there. Yeah, it looks like Savali taking a hit from Lenahan as he had nowhere to go. Ronnie Silk on the inside. Christopher has his car moving once again.
The right front tire of Lenahan's car goes kaput. So Christopher, Silk, Savali, Lenahan, all involved. Rob Janovic Jr. got a piece of Savali, couldn't avoid him. So Lenahan and Savali tangled up on the front straightaway. So as a result of that,
for James Savali, the driver of car number 29, guys.
Next thing, Ronnie Uhas Jr. Charette in third, and here comes Ed Reed on the outside, challenging Charette for the number 3 spot.
Ed Reed Jr. on that outside move has a second round of the road racing. This is ready to move on Charette, but he's going to be chasing down Ron Uhas Jr. in the number 6, so it looks like that bit of a wait re-energized the 72. Go trying to take over the lead. Last year, Ed Reed, other second place finish. He's trying to take the championship this year. That's his goal. Very confident driver out there. It seems like he has the car to back it up.
Reed's playing the city. Driver wants his way on the outside and get past Jeff Pearl. Pearl wants to keep his car on the bottom. They are getting close. Ed Reed is close enough to wipe the sweat off of Pearl's brow. Schubin is in the infield. Yellow comes up. And Joe Schubin, successful debut, is in a boat here on lap number 28.
Looks like he's got the car fired up.
So this should be a brief caution period. And we are going to be treated to what should be a great restart between Pearl and Reed.
Both cars seem to be running very, very well. And Ed Reed, especially on the outside, third spot, another great veteran driver in the SK Modified division, no stranger to a restart.
So how hungry do you think Ed Reed is? Went through the 2003 season without a win. He trails Pearl down as we go back to Reed.
It looks like Ed Reed's picking up where he left off at the number 72 on a rail, but he's got to catch a very fast number 71 driven by Jeff Pearl. Seems to be putting some separation between he and Reed in the straightaways, but Ed Reed good in the corners. Let's see how that translates out. Laps continue to count down.
The lead by Pearl should just as good as Ed Reed trying to maneuver his way on top. Nuance and Charette still factors in.
Tommy Fox making yet another run towards the front into number 47. That's been a fast car all night, just trying to avoid the altercations we've had out here in the first 2004 season. Great for SK Modified.
Adash slows to down in turns number 2. But there is one more challenge. Here comes Reed on the outside.
And Jeff Pearl cuts him off with the pass on that one. Jeff Pearl, the 71, continues to be our SK Modified feature. Next time by, 2 laps left to go. See if he can hold off Eddie Reed Jr. Reed trying to work the outside against the number 71 out of Salem, Connecticut. That's Jeff Pearl. Jeff Pearl, great job defending the number 1 spot thus far. This time by 1 lap left to go for the Fox Hill Racer, number 71 of Jeff Pearl. Ed Reed working the back bumper with the number 72. Ron Uhaas holding down in the 3rd spot. 4th spot held down by Dennis Charette. This time by checkered flag flies for Jeff Pearl. Ed Reed Jr. finishes 2nd. The 3rd spot to Ron Uhaas Jr. Dennis Charette finishes 4th. And Tommy Fox with his return to the Waterford Speedbowl rounds out your top 5. Let's go back to Gary Danko in the pits.
Well, I'm with Jeff Pearl's crew chief. You got
Competitive they were, so it sets the stage for 2 great features still to come. We're going to turn it over to Matt Buckler, who is trackside.
And on his way to the start-finish line, Amanda Rui had an outstanding ride tonight in car number 71, Jeff Pearl. And Jeff will climb out of the car. We'll have a word with him. Now, Jeff, 2 weeks ago, you said you only gave about, used 80% of the car. Tonight, I think you used about 500% of that car, especially on the restarts.
Yeah, opening day there, we had a good car opening day. We got up to 2nd, and I was just trying to be patient and not use up the car. And I ended up, putting myself in a situation where I wasn't able to finish the race. And when I got interviewed earlier tonight, they asked me about what my plan was for tonight, and I said I wasn't going to hold anything back, because every time I do that, I get myself caught up in either my own mess or someone else's, and we were just running for the win tonight, and we're here.
And a lot of people, a lot of happy people who are behind this race car are celebrating.
Yeah, I definitely got to thank a lot of people. Darling Auto Parts, Shane Talk Motors, Carnes Automotive, Larry's Auto Machine, Diamond Mortgage, Richmond Racing, and I especially got to thank my family and my wife and my kids. They're here tonight, freezing over there in the corner, and my parents and Willamette Camera Video, DeGangi Flooring,
There's just so many people that, Dave Olson for buying me a LaJoy seat. Thing fits great, and I love it.
And the warmest spot of the track, Victory Lane, where your fans and your family are waiting for you. Jeff Pearl, the winner of tonight's 35-lap SK Modified feature. So that's the story here at the start-finish line, but we're about to ride another one, and let's go to Mark Fish, who'll get us dialed in.
Thanks a lot, Matt. And before we do that, we've got Gary Danko. So this should shape up to be a great feature event. Coming back to the start line, Nate Appel and Glenn Colvin at the front of the field. They'll be looking towards Billy Dunn. Billy Dunn checks out the field and gives them the green flag. We're off and running. Our mini stock feature underway. A lot of shuffling for position very early in the race, about midway through the pack. And at the front of the field, Glenn Colvin escapes and puts his 39 out at the front of the field as he will lead lap number 1.
Nate Appel did not get up to speed as quickly as Glenn Colvin did. That's Glenn Colvin has about a 4-car length lead. Yellow flag to start out early. And we did not even finish a lap before the gold came on.
So they'll get them back into the original lineup, and we'll start this thing all over again.
So that means Nate Appel will be back on the pole alongside Glenn.
So if you want it pretty, leave it in the garage. They're going to put it all out on the track for you right after our mini stock feature.
Yeah, there's always plenty of action in our mini stocks and our sportsmen, and we're going to have action on the front row between Nate Appel and Glenn Colvin.
Coming back to the line, Nate Appel and Colvin on the start, and it looks like Colvin once again jumping on into the lead, jumping to the inside. Chuck Rogers in the 77. If he went any lower on the track, he would be in the grass. Tried to make a move, didn't work out for him as Nate Appel holds on to the 2nd spot. Nick Papakota in the 3rd spot, and Chuck Rogers out there, and Dave Sylvia making a nice move in the 88 on the outside groove.
Well, if he went any lower, he would have been in China. Chuck Rogers, way downstairs, is now faded to the number 4 spot, and he is getting a challenge for that position. As they romp off the 4th turn, there's Dave Sylvia, the birthday man, trying to yank that number 4 spot away from Rogers.
Looks like he might have had it as they crossed the start-finish line. So the 88 on a mission as we see Michael Boris, number 5, headed for the pits early. And this one, well, he's going to keep it on the apron, but he's down on the inside of the track, so we have to keep an eye on that development as Glenn Colvin now out in front of the field puts a separation between he and Nate Appel.
Dave Sylvia looks impressive as he just stampeded his way past Nick Papakota. He is on 3rd and gaining ground on Nate Appel. As Appel looks at his rearview mirror, he is going to see an 8x10 portrait of Dave Sylvia.
Dave's got to have a big smile on his face. He's a good veteran driver. Many years out here at the Waterford Speedbowl, showing what he's got in the number 88 as he holds on to the 3rd spot. But here comes Jeff Miller. Jeff seems to have a nice slide as he puts the bumper, the 54 and the back bumper of Dave Sylvia's 88.
Preparation means a lot in the early season, and I think that's why Jeff Miller is usually pretty tough to beat in the early season races as he finds a home on the bottom groove and he pushes Sylvia into 4th. He moves all the way to 2nd.
Yeah, Nate Appel got a little bit sideways on that one as he came down the straightaway, and that gave an opportunity for not only Glenn Colvin to put some separation between he and the rest of the field, but also Jeff Miller. So this is going to be quite a race back in the pack to keep an eye on.
Some smoke coming from Nate Appel's 01 car. Hopefully it's nothing serious. There's a good pack of cars looking for position, led by Nick Papakota in car number 06. But hanging on like a decal is the 8 of Leonard. He is a factor. And also involved is the 20 of Smokin' Joe Babalaka, the 81 of Phil Evans. Remember, Mark, he said he has more power tonight. He's going to need it because the 39 of Colvin has a substantial lead.
No question about it, and the laps are ticking down for Colvin and Jeff Miller out there pretty much all by themselves as they have just about a half a straightaway lead on the rest of the pack as they're coming up on some slower automobiles. So this might be the proof of the pudding. How did they do in traffic? Looks like Jeff Miller and Glenn Colvin squirting through as Ilhoff goes very high to get out of the way of everybody. He's almost up there to the white line, which is dangerous in and of itself.
Any higher and he would have been in somebody's hauler.
So
Miller is a factor, but a lap car again gets in his way.
That's the number 28 of Ron Fortune. And Ron, no stranger to mini stock driving, so he should know better. As far as where he needs to be on the track, it could be a handling issue on his part.
Well, Miller did lose some ground as he got around the 28 of Fortune. So let's see if he can regain it. Less than 8 laps to go. Glenn Colvin has led every step of the way, but Jeff Miller, Mr. April, is starting to challenge again.
No question, he's looking for that inside groove on Glenn Colvin, and he just might have it this time around the track if he can avoid some of that slower traffic that we talked about as we have a drag race between Colvin and Miller. Miller into 54, Colvin into 39 as they come through the turns. And coming around Ken Ilhoff, it looks like Miller will take advantage of that situation and jump into the lead.
So a lap car taken away a few moments ago, and this time it helped Miller gain the lead over Colvin. Less than 6 to go, and it looks like Miller has the fastest car, but we'll see if Colvin has something to say about it. Lap traffic continues to be a factor.
Glenn Colvin, of course, not only does a lot of racing here at the Waterford Speedbowl, but spends a lot of time at another one of our new sponsors, the Kart Track in Enfield. So if anybody could teach you how to drive in traffic, it's driving go-karts at the Kart Track of Enfield, Connecticut.
And Colvin has narrowed the gap between himself and Jeff Miller down to the final 4 times around the Speedbowl. Miller trying to get around the 2 car of Ed Weber. He succeeds, but hanging tough right with him as he is like shoe polish on the back bumper of the 54 car that's Glenn Colvin.
Yeah, Jeff Miller out there, he is on a rail right now. Colvin trying to keep up with him as we see a spurt by Dave Sylvia out there as he tries to join our leaders. The number 88 having a terrific drive out there tonight on his birthday. Also, Bill Leonard out of Rhode Island in the number 8 having a nice run out there as well, as he is currently shown in the 4th spot on the Speedway. Rounding out your top 5 is going to be the 47 of Tim Jordan. This time by the white flag flies for Jeff Miller. If Glenn Colvin's going to put on a challenge, he better do it now because Miller is very tough on the straightaways in the number 54. That car is set up. That car is fast. That's a car to keep an eye on throughout the 2004 season. Looks like Jeff Miller's going to take home the checker. Glenn Colvin coming in for 2nd spot. 3rd place goes to the birthday boy. That's Dave Sylvia. 4th spot going to Bill Leonard. And rounding out your top 5, Tim Jordan in the 47. 6th place goes to the 81 of Phil Evans, and the 7th spot going out to Soup Savardi. So the 93 having a great finish out there. So Jeff Miller is winner circle. How about it, Matt?
Well, the number 54 car was simply awesome tonight as he comes to the stop finish line again, and he will climb out of the car. A great ride for the driver of car number 54, Jeff Miller. Well, Jeff, you usually do some of your best work early in the season, and tonight your car was just awesome.
Yeah, tonight this thing was really hooked up. It was really working for us. And I got to thank my crew, first of all, because without them, I would never be here. And I'd like to wish my daughter happy 5th birthday. Tuesday's her birthday, and 5 years ago, we were standing here at the same time.
So what better way to celebrate your daughter's birthday than the way you did tonight? What is it about April that makes you so tough to beat?
I don't know. It's something about celebrating my daughter's birthday, so got to be here.
Okay, and he held his end of the bargain tonight. A great run as he heads for Town Fair Tire Victory Lane. What a ride for Jeff Miller. So that's the story here at Victory Lane. A great night for Jeff Miller. And it's going to be a great night for one of our sportsman drivers And to line up the field for you, let's go back to Mark Fish.
Thanks a lot. And of course, Jeff will make his way over to the Town Fair Tire Victory Lane for photos and autographs. And as we mentioned before, this is your
An eye on him. He looked very superb in qualifying.
Coming to the start line now, they have Chris Pritt on the front of the field and Walt Hovey in the 16. Let's see how these two set the pace for this race, and it looks like Walt Hovey moving on the outside, Chris Pritt on the inside in that number 25. He'll try to regain some of that ground that he lost on the start in the 25. It looks like McNeil trying to move to the inside with the 44. Ed Gerge on that outside groove. That groove seems to have come back into its own, Matt.
Yeah, it was inert during the late model race until Alan Coach showed everybody how to make it work. And now Ed Gersh might have been paying attention. He starts to apply pressure to Avery in car number 12. Gersh is a factor, and there's Dwayne Dorr as the yellow comes out early in the race.
Sean Curtis up against the Armco barrier up there coming out of turn number 2. Also, Diego Monahan takes a 0 back behind the wall as we had a whole bunch of cars just slam on the brakes out there in turn number 2 as we had some cars getting out of shape coming out of turn number 1.
Fast Fred Smith slowed down by a flat right front tire in car number 85. Toussaint Duet is our pace car. We'll take that left-hand turn. That means the spotlight is shining on our competitors in the sportsman division. And Mark, this should be a very exciting restart.
Walt Hovey and Jonathan Avery, two great drivers in this division. Looks like Hovey with the advantage this time. Ed Gersh right on his back bumper, but Avery's not going to give it in. That's the young driver in the number 12 car, hanging on to the outside groove as they make their way through turns number 1 and 2 down the back chute. As we see Gersh trying to take advantage of his inside position. Dwayne Dorr also making a move towards the front of the field in the 15.
So Dorr looks like he has it locked up on the inside as he now surges underneath Jonathan Avery in car number 12. Hovey still leading, but some big guns still have some bullets to fire, including Norm Rood, who's moved into 5th place.
Yeah, Jay Lozniak also in the 28. This is a young driver who has shown that he can win. He had back-to-back wins in 2003. Looking to capitalize on that this year.
Now Ed Gersh staring down low, trying to make a muscle move underneath Hovey. It didn't work this time, but he's not going to give up.
So Walt Hovey on the outside, he and Gersh doing a battle down the back straightaway as once again Diego Monahan having problems in the 0. He's going to bring that car into the infield as the green flag racing continues, Matt.
The sparks flying between Gersh and Hovey in the battle for the lead. Now Gersh starting to pull away, surge away, but Hovey is not giving up. It is still anybody's lead as they head into turn 4.
Well, when they come down the back straightaway, sparks were literally flying as the sheet metal was banging against each other between those two automobiles. Dwayne Dorr also coming up into the fray in the number 15, looking for some real estate to put the 15 up towards the front of the field. All he needs is a glimmer of daylight. As we
Chris Prince in turn 2, Mark.
And the yellow will indeed come out for the young driver of the 25, Chris Pritt, out of East Lyme, Connecticut. Very personable young man, as we mentioned, an instructor at the sub base. Gary Danko with another report from the pit area. Gary?
Well, yeah, actually, I just caught up with Glenn Colvin, who finished second in our mini stock race just a few minutes ago. And tell us about that move that Jeff Miller put.
Ed Gersh battling Walt Hovey for the top spot.
Coming back to the restart line, we see the familiar number 83 at the front of the field. They're at the restart line. Gersh on the inside, Hovey on the outside. They're back to green flag racing and up to speed very quickly. Hovey's got Avery on his back bumper for the moment. Looks like now he's locked in a side-by-side battle with Dwayne Dorr for second on the track as they try to chase down our defending champion in the sportsman division. That's Ed Gersh Jr. in the lead.
We knew that Dwayne Dorr had a powerful race car, and he is proving it right now as he takes second away from Walt Hovey. Jay Wozniak, the driver who came into his own at midseason of last year, darts underneath the 16 of Hovey, gets him sideways. Hovey corrects, but Wozniak takes a spot.
So Wozniak now in the third spot. Now it's a side-by-side battle between Jonathan Avery and Walt Hovey as they watch the leaders spread out. Birch taking advantage of all the action behind him to get some separation between he and Dwayne Dorr. Well, he better get a lot because Dorr has a very fast automobile tonight.
And so does Jay Wozniak. He proved it on opening weekend as he narrows the gap between himself and the 15 car. Side-by-side extravaganza for fourth and fifth. Jonathan Avery is getting the best of Hovey. Once again, Avery goes sideways, loses some ground. Hovey regains the spot.
3 wide as they go into turn number 1. That's Norm Root Jr., Jonathan Avery, and Dave Zemke. Dave Zemke backs out. He figures he's got to be there at the end if he has a chance to win. So discretion, the better part of valor on that one as Ed Birch continues to dominate.
And it must be good for him to look out his rearview mirror and see a battle for second developing between Dorr and Wozniak. That means that he should be able to widen his lead as those two cars are going to be really in a dogfight.
Well, there was no holding back on tapping the sheet metal between those two cars as they're side-by-side going through turns 1 and 2 in a drag race down the back straightaway. As these 3 cars separate themselves as we have another yellow flag out there on the track. And the number 10 of Darrell Carlson having some problems keeping the car straight, so that's going to bring out the yellow flag. We'll have to regroup the troops in the sportsman division.
And the champion, Ed Birch, has the lead with 8 laps to...
As we're about to unleash the hounds, if you will, the sportsman coming back to the restart line. Ed Birch and Dwayne Dorr locked in a battle at the front of the field. Here comes Jay Wozniak in the number 28. Nice side-by-side battle with Norm Root and Walt Hovey in that battle for fourth. Looks like Hovey with the advantage as they come out of turn number 4 down towards the front straightaway as once again Ed Birch asserts himself.
Well, Wozniak is a very potent piece on the bottom of the track as he takes second away from Dorr. Now next on his agenda is a date with Ed Birch. We'll see if he can get close enough to make a threat. Dave Zemke now on the bottom trying to drill his way underneath the 16 of Walt Hovey. And he is going to succeed, tucking it right in behind Norm Root Jr.
So Norm Root now trying to put the number 80 up towards the front of the field as Wozniak showing what he's got. Looks like Pete Brockett in the number 7 seated down there off the front straightaway trying to get that car refired as the rest of the field goes by. Doesn't look like he's going to draw the yellow flag. I think this is intention. It just wasn't going to happen. Billy Dunn, the seasoned veteran up there, keeping an eye on him at the flag stand.
Eddie Birch has to be happy about that because the last thing he wanted was a yellow flag to ruin him of his momentum. Look at Norm Root go. Done in by a blown rear end 2 weeks ago. He has missiled his way into third place.
So Norm Root was having a great run out here in the number 80. And as you can see right now, he's closing in on our leaders. Of course, Ed Birch and Jay Wozniak in the number 28. Dave Zemke now breaking away from the rest of the pack as he puts that car into the 4th spot on the speedway. Then we have a group of automobiles right behind them, led by Roger Perry. So the sportsmen trying to wrap things up. 2 shown to the field by Billy Dunn as Ed Birch tries to put victory number 1 in the book for the 2004 season. Coming down the front straightaway to take the white flag, Jay Wozniak. With 3/8 of a mile left to go to try to catch our leader, Ed Birch, defending champion in the sportsman division. Battle for third raging on between Norm Root Jr. and the 17 of Dave Zemke. As they have 1 more turn to go. It's going to be Ed Birch at the stripe, taking the checkered flag. Jay Wozniak second, Norm Root Jr. third. The 4th spot belongs to Dave Zemke and Roger Perry out of Ashaway, Rhode Island. When all Perrys come from Ashaway, Rhode Island, let's bring home the 5th spot on the speedway as we close out our final feature event this very exciting evening of racing here at the Waterford Speedbowl. Don't forget, next week, the NASCAR Dodge Weekly Series back in action. 5 divisions of racing, scale area. And headed down to talk to Matt Buckler.
And here comes our defending champion, our driver from East Haven, Connecticut, Ed Gersh Jr. Well, Ed, tonight it looked like your car was really hooked up on the bottom of the track. You just took your time and moved to the front.
Yeah, we had a pretty good hot rod here all day. I gotta say, hats off to my crew, and thank my wife, and thank Larry's Auto Machine, Big A North Branford, Gertz Landscaping, S. Monaco Painting and Building, Chuck and Eddie's Horizon Truck and Auto, and a whole bunch of other people I know and forget.
And you knew right from the opening practice that you were going to be a force to be reckoned with tonight.
Yeah, I had a pretty confident feeling knowing that we were going to start up front, and we had a good fast car here. And like I said, I got to thank all the people that have been helping me here in Stafford and other places. It's just been great.
Well, the great times will continue as Ed will head to Town's Fair Victory Lane with all of his fans. And right now we'll head back upstairs to Mark Fish.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you once again for coming out to the Waterford Speedbowl for tonight's NASCAR Dodge Weekly Series action. On behalf of the staff and management, I want to thank you, and of course, I want to thank the members of our announcing crew. Gary Danko did yeoman duty out there in the pit area, and of course Matt Buckler down there trackside and up here in the tower through most of the night. So I want to thank you for coming out and wish you a safe trip home. Keep it on the asphalt. See you again next week.